Hi, Storyteller Squad. Welcome back to another episode of Struck by Love. So, my girl Carrie is actually back in Nordhaven because she was called here by her horrible husband, Ignacio, to come in have a dinner party with his fellow co-workers. So, yeah, after the last episode, honestly, Carrie is feeling a lot of emotions. She is actually, still in love with Julian, and even though Julian is still using coke and lied to her, she still loves him. She still wants to be with him, and so they did kind of make up in bed off screen. So yeah, they are on okay terms now. She still is a bit upset with him about everything, about, not telling her that he basically is in trouble with the law, but they're gonna figure it out together. But she told him that she was supposed to come here to Nordhaven for a bit just to please her husband. So he was okay with it, but he doesn't like her husband. I mean, I understand that completely. Ignacio is a horrible guy. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go and knock on the door, even though this is literally her estate. She shouldn't have to knock on the door. I mean, her dad lives here. So we are actually going to come over here and knock on the door. Start a break-in. I mean, we won't be breaking in because literally she did live here before. So, okay, let's go and knock on the door. But look, we have a couple of doctors over here. So this is Nathan Beck, and this also over here is Brody Valdez. So these are the two co-workers of Ignacio's, and honestly, they are very handsome. I think they are super cute, but I kind of want her to come over here and introduce herself. She's over here walking in about ready to go and talk to her husband. So I think she's going to do a little respectful introduction to both of them because her husband kind of gave her directions before she came here, like, be nice to everyone, just make a good impression. So she's over here in her velvet red dress, just looking as nice as she possibly can. So, it looks like her and Nathan are getting along. So, what does this say that she thinks about Nathan? I'm kind of curious. So it says that they're acquaintances and they have amazing compatibility, and she feels neutral attraction to him, which we're not really interested in having anything with these men. I mean, I'm not saying that if she liked them, I wouldn't go for it, but we already have a thing going on with Julian and her husband, so I feel like I don't really want her to be that cheaty, considering she has the loyal trait. Even though she is loyal, I feel like it's possible for her to still have multiple, crushes on people, but I do want her to try to stick to being loyal to Ignacio and Julian and not go outside the bubble there. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go and knock on the door, and we're gonna go and talk to her husband. So I think we're gonna go in here and just try to play nice. She's gonna try to put on a good face, just pretend. So where is Ignacio? Oh my gosh, we haven't seen Ignacio in a minute. Oh my gosh, here's her dad. Oh my gosh, and also I will say she does actually want to be enemies with her dad, which I feel is pretty sad considering her dad is actually dying of cancer. So I don't know if I want to keep this or not. I mean, she does feel really mad at her dad for forcing her to be in this marriage, but I don't know. That's kind of making me feel on the fence right now, so we're going to have to figure that out. But for right now, we're going to focus on the dinner party. But where is Ignacio? He's the one that called us over here, and he's not even down here to say hi to us. Well, that is rude. We should just take off our ring and make a whole big thing about it and say, me and him are not together as far as I'm concerned. We are just legally together. She should probably do that because Ignacio's not even here. Where the hell is he? Oh my gosh. You know what? We are going to literally go and tell everyone that we are not with Ignacio inside our heart. We should do that, We should go and tell the truth. Let's go and... Where is everybody else? We were supposed to have a couple more guests, I thought. thought there was supposed to be 2 more people coming. Let me see if I can get them over here. Maybe they got busy and they couldn't come. Ooh, what if, they know Ignacio and they know how he is and they didn't want to, like, come over to his house? After all, like, maybe a couple of these guys actually are kind of close with Ignacio, but at the same time, like, maybe they get annoyed of him, like a couple of the other people, the co-workers. So, I actually do have a storyline for one of the other co-workers, and it would make a total sense why she's not coming over here, especially because his wife is here. So, yeah, so basically Ignacio does have an ex-mistress. So she actually is one of his co-workers. So maybe she didn't want to come over for that reason. And yeah, maybe the other guy just got busy at work. But she's going to come up here and going to be like, Ignacio, I thought you were having this whole big dinner party. I thought there were going to be lots of guests. And I thought that, you were going to have all this food prepared, but nothing is out. Nothing is on the table. There's no candles lit or anything. And I don't know why you wanted me to come here if we don't even have any real guests. Like, nobody really showed up. And maybe that's why Ignacio's not showing his face, is because literally nobody showed up to his dinner party. I mean, what a failure, actually. Like, this makes him look humiliated, honestly. So I guess that's why he's not even coming to talk to her. So, she actually needs to go to the toilet. So I am going to have her actually come over here. Since Ignacio's not around, I think she feels like a little bit better about being here. Maybe at least she could visit her dad while he's still alive. And even though she feels a lot of hurt feelings about her dad, forcing her into this marriage, she still wants to spend time with him before he passes away. But this over here says take a pregnancy test. Okay, so there's a potential here that when her and Julian have been having their time together, that she might be pregnant. So we're gonna go and take this in privacy in her bathroom here. Okay, girl, let's see how this goes. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. What if she is pregnant? What are we gonna do? Honestly, I mean, at least her and Julian are together if she is pregnant. Oh my gosh, she's pregnant! Oh my gosh, girl, you're gonna have a baby? Yay! Carrie is pregnant. There's going to be a new addition to this household. Oh man, not her finding out that she's pregnant right as she's coming to visit her husband. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is definitely something she's gonna have to deal with. Because what if Ignacio sees her throwing up or, notices that she has a little baby bump? Like, what's he gonna think about it? He doesn't want any children. Carrie is now in the first trimester and should schedule her first prenatal visit. Only one prenatal visit is needed per trimester. Okay. Well, we're gonna do that back in Mexico because this is not where she lives currently. So let's go ahead and have her go and what she need? Oh, she needs some food. Okay, let's have her come down here and let's see, what do we want to get? It looks like we don't even have any kind of party going on, so I don't feel bad about her actually coming down here and getting some food. Let's come over here to the fridge. I thought there was a fridge here before. Oh my gosh, did they lose their fridge? Like, did it break or something? Okay, well, we're gonna have to go upstairs and get this other fridge, I guess. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna grab a bite of food because she's pregnant and she's hungry. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna get just some peas. I think she's gonna try to eat a little bit healthy and take care of her body because she's pregnant. I think she'd be wanting to do that because she does want kids. But I think we're gonna have to go back home soon and we're gonna have to talk to Julian about the pregnancy. But oh my gosh, here's Ignacio. Ignacio is finally showing up. Well, Ignacio, are you done hiding? Because it looks like your dinner party was an epic failure. So, oh my gosh, he's gonna come in here and see that she has a little baby bump, and he's probably gonna comment about her getting a snack. So he's gonna come in here. Oh my gosh, it's time for her doctor appointment. No, we're gonna go later. So Ignacio's ignoring her. Oh my gosh, maybe he don't see her here in the corner getting some food. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is ignoring her. Okay, let's like maybe come over here and no, we are not going to tell him that she's pregnant. We are just going to maybe complain about, you know what? We're going to complain about the freezing temperature. But we're going to say that she's complaining about the fact that she came all this way for a failed dinner party. So she's like, Ignacio, why did you have me come here if literally oh my gosh, girl, like, she's hugging him pretending like she actually loves him when she definitely doesn't. We know who she loves and she doesn't love him. So she's like, Ignacio, like, why did you have me come here when you didn't even have anybody here, really? Like, I don't understand why you would tell me to come all the way from Mexico where I was working on my job to, like, come to this party that wasn't even happening. Like, what was the point of this? Like, I don't understand. I was enjoying my time in Mexico and you stopped all of that. So, tell me, like, why am I here even? Like, why? And he's like, listen, I didn't know. He's like, I invited all my coworkers over, thinking that we were going to have a meeting and we're going to eat some nice food, and nobody really showed up, and that's not my fault, okay? I was trying to put on a nice face, you know, try to make your family look good and everything, but nobody wanted to come and eat, apparently. She's like, well, you should have told me that in text before I spent all that money on an airplane ticket. Oh my gosh. Ignacio's getting fed up with Carrie being mean to him and is thinking of getting a divorce. Oh my gosh, well, you know what, Ignacio? We were freaking thinking the same thing because we've got a man back in Mexico who treats us like gold compared to you. Sure, he is doing coke, but like, he still, you know, treats us really good. So like, you know what? Maybe we should divorce you. Oh my gosh, Ignacio and Carrie now despise each other. Oh my gosh, like... Oh, and she's over here flirting with him, trying to keep him from divorcing her, just so the family's funds will be okay, just so we will still have the money for the legacy. Oh my gosh. You know what? He is so done, and you know what? We are too. I know that she's trying to put on a brave face so she can save her family's, you know, wealth, but we don't care anymore. We don't care. This man is so bad. We're declaring him an enemy. She's like, you know what, Ignacio? I've been tired of you since I walked down that aisle. And even before that. So you know what? I want to divorce you. I'm done with this. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ignacio's getting fed up with Carrie being mean. He will divorce Carrie if this happens one more time. You know what? We're divorcing him. Oh my gosh, not her dad standing here watching them argue. Oh no. So he's over here smiling. Oh, what is he feeling like? I'm so curious. Like, I want to know what his thoughts are. Maybe he's like trying to smile through everything. Maybe he's pretending to be happy because, you know, he's battling cancer and that's a really hard thing to go through. And maybe he's trying to put on a brave face for his daughter. And so, you know, he's also kind of knowing right now that the family's money is in jeopardy because they're having a fight. So he's like, what's going on over here? And so she's like, Dad, he is being so mean to me. He's been mean to me this whole entire marriage and even before that. And so I'm kind of done with this whole situation. I've been trying to be nice and I've been trying to do this for the family, but I can't do it anymore, Dad. Like, I don't know what else to do, you know? I've gone on this big adventure to Mexico to, you know, be a traveling writer, and it's been so fun. But now, you know, I've had to come back here just for a dinner party that wasn't happening for him, and I'm just kind of done because he's not even being nice to me. And so he's like, Ignacio, is this true? Ignacio's like, kind of being silent. He's like, well, it's not true. And so she's like, you know what? She's like, I'm sorry, Dad, but I have to divorce him because I just can't take it anymore. I can't be in this relationship that I am not happy in. Let's like go and how can we divorce? Let's go over here to the relationship panel and we're going to go and divorce Ignacio. So she's going to be like, you know what, Ignacio, this is long overdue because I was never happy in this arrangement. So I think it's time that I do what's best for me, for my heart. So I'm divorcing you. Oh my gosh, she's gonna divorce him. Yes, girl, divorce his ass. Yes, he's a terrible guy. Oh, look at him. He's like, fine, I'll go take my money elsewhere. And I was seeing another woman anyway. Oh, he confessed to cheating. Swap personality trait. Carrie is feeling really sad right now and not her typical cheerful self. Her life has taken a pretty gloomy turn. Oh no, so like she's really, really upset about the fact that she's kind of ruined the whole arrangement, like going for what she wants, and now she's feeling like she's kind of doomed her legacy, and I really hate that for her. I know that's a really heavy burden to carry, but she has to do what's best for her, what's best for herself, for her mental health and everything, and being with Julian makes her so happy, even though there is some bumps in the road. So yeah, I feel like she is gloomy right now, and she definitely has a difficult family dynamic with him. Oh my gosh, Ignacio is fed up with Carrie and being mean to him and has decided to get a divorce. Carrie and Ignacio are no longer married. Well, we just divorced him though. Oh my gosh. Like, not him saying that he divorced us. That's so pathetic, honestly. Like, what the hell? This says over here, divorce from getting divorced. The end of a marriage is a sad event. And this says breakup blues and feeling guilty. Seeing that sim reminds Carrie of how she still feels kind of bad about how she treated them. Well, girl, you shouldn't feel that bad. He was literally using you for woohoo every single day and then yelling at you. So I don't think you need to feel that bad. She blames herself for everything, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't blame yourself, girl. Also, she's getting kind of cold. So, is there no heating in this house? Like, are y'all not paying your bills? Like, what's happening? We need to, like, turn that off, I guess. Let me go and actually, gameplay. We're gonna turn that off. Where is that? The environment. Yeah, we want to turn that off because, honestly, no, we don't want my Sims dying like that. But she is actually over here just ready to leave. She's, like, thinking about if she should tell Ignacio that she cheated on him with Julian. And then, you know, since they are actually divorced now, she's going to go and tell him, I think. I think she's going to tell him that she cheated on him. Let's see. Is there an option there? Jealousy. Confess to having kissed another. Julian. Well, you know what? Y'all did a lot more than that. Y'all are actually together and, you know, expecting a child now. So she's like, so, Ignacio, you know, I am really sad that things ended like this. You know, I was hoping that I would get to keep the legacy going and keep, you know, the funds, you know, alive. But it just didn't work out like that, and it sucks. But you just have treated me terrible, and I couldn't, you know, deal with it any longer. But in Mexico, I actually, you know, caught up with my ex, and we're back together. And yeah, we are actually having a great time together, and I'm actually expecting his child. So, and he's like gonna be really upset. He's like, what? He's like, you cheated on me. You cheated on me when literally we are married. Well, I'm so glad that we got a divorce because that is so not right. Like, I'm not okay with that. And maybe my next wife will actually treat me decent compared to you, because you apparently don't appreciate me. She's like all upset. She's like, don't appreciate you. You're the one that used me for woohoo every single day, and you expect me to treat you with respect after that? Like, go away. Just leave. Get out of here. He's like, fine. I'm leaving with all my money and everything. I'm sorry that this didn't work out, but, oh my gosh, Myron! Myron is laying down. He's so upset. He don't know what to do. He's also going through so much with his illness. Oh my gosh, this is a lot for everybody. Like, she's feeling guilty for, you know, cheating in a way because she was married and she's a loyal sim. But also she did it because she wanted him to know that she has somebody better than him. And he's over here hungry because the dinner party sucked. So, yeah, this has just been a lot for everyone. So, we're just gonna head back to the apartment, I think, because, this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. And is everybody still here? Let me see. Is Nathan still here? It says that he is. Let me go and check. I'm surprised that anybody stuck around for this drama. Let's see. Is he down here somewhere? Maybe he just went, near here, but he's not here. Yeah, I don't see him. So I think he just, heard all the yelling and screaming, and he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna see you back at work, Ignacio. Oh, which I don't blame him. I'd leave too if there was a lot of family drama and relationship drama going on. So y'all need to let me know what you think about this. Like, did she do the right thing telling Ignacio that she was done, that she wanted a divorce? Did she do the right thing also telling him that she cheated and that she is pregnant? Y'all need to let me know what you think about that. Would you do that if you were in her situation? Because honestly, I feel like I would probably do that because, I just get really tired of, being mistreated. And I bet she is really tired of it too. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and head back to the apartment and going to go tell Julian that she is actually pregnant. So, oh my gosh, this is so wild. Okay, so Carrie is back in Mexico and she is feeling very depressed from that whole situation. And she's got this over here, breakup breakdown from getting dumped by unpredictable partner. What, we broke up? Carrie is struggling to swallow the pill of their relationship ending, even if it wasn't too healthy to begin with. Aww, she's feeling really upset that all happened, even though, it was toxic. And I get that, there was a lot riding on that marriage, but she can't blame herself. Her dad relied on her to get married and keep the family's wealth alive, but that's kind of a lot to put on your daughter in general. And even though he's sick and stuff, it's still not an excuse to make your daughter get married to some older man who's not right for her. And this says don't feel into it from grieving. Maybe it's the existential dread peppering Carrie's thoughts, but she can't stop thinking about the meaning or meaninglessness of life. Either way, Carrie just isn't feeling like doing anything today. That makes sense that she is really done with life right now. She wants to go and lay in bed. I would too if all this happened. And she's also feeling mad from new enemy. Is it too late from grieving? Someone made a bad decision. It wasn't Carrie's fault, but she can fix any issues with the right effort, or maybe there was nothing wrong in the first place. So she's just feeling nausea from the whole chaotic mess of her relationships, and I understand. Plus, she's pregnant, so that's definitely making her feel nauseous too. And then this says over here that she is also feeling awkward now from that whole situation. Like when she does go back to Nordhaven at some point, she don't know what she's gonna do about living there. But Ignacio's definitely gonna be kicked out now, especially with her dad knowing. But we have our boyfriend over here, and we are gonna actually go. Oh, she can talk about relationship fears with him. That is something over here that she wants to do. Talk over relationship fears with Julian. Carrie feels like she is ready to sit down and talk with her partner. It won't be an easy conversation, but being vulnerable and talking about insecurities never is. She knows that it is time to be brave. So maybe now, knowing that she's pregnant and knowing that Julian is using coke and has that kind of thing going on still, she wants to talk to him and be real and say that she needs this to change for them, for not just their sake but also for their baby's sake. So he's over here in his pajamas and it's 7 a.m. here, so we're gonna go and talk to him, and she's back sooner than expected, so I know he's gonna know something is up already. So she's gonna come over here and talk to him about the relationship fears. So she's like, hey Julian, I have something I really need to talk to you about because there's been a lot going on lately, and I just think we need to have a deep conversation about life and about our future. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I feel the same way. And she's like, I just have these fears inside me. Since you told me, that you are having trouble with the law, and, you told me that you're still using coke, it just made me really worried for you and for our future, and I just didn't really know how to talk about it the other day. I was really caught up in us, in our love, and now I'm just wanting to, have a minute to think about it, and I have, and I think that, what's going to make this better is, you stop using coke. I think that needs to happen, especially for another reason. He's like, yeah, he's like, I know I should stop. It's just really hard, when you get hooked on stuff, it's really hard to kick it. She's like, yeah, I understand. He's like, well, I'm gonna try, okay? I'll definitely try for you. She's like, well, I need you to try really hard because I have something else I need to talk to you about. He's like, well, what is it? What's going on? Like, did you divorce Ignacio? And she's like, yeah, I divorced his ass. Like, I'm really done with his, his hatefulness. I'm really done with him using me for woohoo. I just felt like I needed to do it for myself and for us, and so I did. And he's like, well, good. That guy was a tool, and he was not good for you. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I knew that for a long time. I just was trying to do what was best for my family. But now I know that we are what's best for me. And I really need you to, work on this for us. But also because I have something else to tell you. I actually found out in Nordhaven something that I need to show you. He's like, what? What is it? What is it? Fear Progress, Carrie put herself forward and opened a line of communication, but the problems aren't over. Maybe another day of communicating her worries will finally help overcome her fears. Okay, so she's working on her fear in this relationship, which is really good. So, her and Julian are working it out, which is progress. So she's like, so Julian, before I tell you this, I just want you to know that I do love you and that I hope that we can work on this together and that, our future will be brighter because of this. And he's like, yeah, me too. So she's gonna show him the test. Oh my gosh, what's he gonna think? He's looking at this test a little hesitant. He's kind of, happy in a way, it looks like, but maybe he's worried too. Well, it's been a couple minutes of Julian staring at this test, so I think he's taking a minute to process everything. I mean, they did just have a deep conversation about their future too, so I feel like he's going to be a little bit slow-paced with it just because he has a lot of things he has to do. He probably has to go to rehab to help his coke addiction. He also is, needing to kind of work on his music still, so I think it's going to be a minute before they actually get married, but at least they're moving forward. So he's looking at this test. He's like, you're pregnant? And she's like, yeah, I was in Nordhaven and I felt kind of sick, so I took a test and yeah, I'm pregnant. And he's just over here he's so speechless. He's like, I can't believe you're pregnant. We've only woohooed a couple times and I tried to use those condoms that I got down the street, but I guess they didn't really work very well. And I mean, we didn't really use protection in the dumpster either. And she's like, yeah, I think the dumpster woohoo did it. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at them. They're both pretty happy. I mean, I feel like he's gonna feel kind of neutral about it. I feel like he's kind of happy in the moment, but I think, it's kind of controversial. He kind of had, other plans for them besides getting, pregnant and having a family right now. But he is also just happy because he loves her. He can see that she's excited, so he's wanting to hug her. And, look at them. Look at them. They're such a power couple. I mean, they can do anything together. I mean, they've gone through so much in university, and now look at them. They're back together. Even though they were, miles and miles apart, and she moved here to be with him, and now they're going to have a baby together. And I think that it's going to be a lot for both of them to handle. I mean, she's more excited than he is, I think. I think he's just really excited because she is. But I think that he's not wanting a child. I think it's just he had other things he wanted to do before having a family, but it's happening so quickly. So he's kind of, dealing with it. But he's like, babe, he's like, I think this is going to be good. I am nervous. I wasn't really planning on being a dad yet, but it's happening. So, we're going to handle it. We're going to do it together. She's like, yeah, I wasn't expecting it this soon either, but I'm so excited to be a mom. I can't wait to pick out baby clothes and decorate a nursery. And, what's he feeling like? He's like, yeah, he's like, I know you are, and that's why I'm, smiling and I'm excited is because I know you are, and I want you to be, happy, but I also just thought that, I was going to do a lot more things first. I thought maybe I'd get to work on my music longer. I thought that, we'd go on the road together and you go with me to gigs and stuff. But now you're pregnant and I don't think you'd be able to travel as much. She's like, yeah, Julian, I think that, that's something to think about, Like, it's hard for me to go on a plane because it makes me kind of motion sickness. And so, that would be more so since I'm pregnant. But, I'm happy for you to go work on your music if that's what you really want. And I'm just so happy you're not yelling at me and are mad about the pregnancy. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at you. I could have used more condoms whenever we were woohooing a lot. But, we're going to handle this and tackle this together. We're going to, be parents. We're both going to, co-parent. It's all going to be good. We're going to work it out. She's like, I'm happy that you say that. Yeah, I think we can do this. Oh, I'm so glad they're going to work together and they're going to be parents together. I think Julian's definitely going to want to go and, go in, play music in another world and do that. But at the same time, he's going to have to be here for the baby. So yeah, I definitely want them to move out of this apartment though. I think they're going to have to start looking at places. Grandma's actually over here making some food. She's going to be so excited to know that there's a baby on the way. I think that I'm going to have Carrie actually go and tell her here soon. I do want her to go and tell Julian that. So she's like, I think we need to think about looking at a new place too. But I'm going to go talk to your grandma about everything and see what she has to say. He's like, yeah, she really wants me to get a regular job. She's been telling me that, music's not working out very much, so maybe I need to go and have, a job at, a restaurant or something. Just kind of do fast food. And she's like, well, we do have a baby on the way, so maybe that wouldn't hurt. And he's like, well, you're on her side, aren't you? She's like, I'm not on anyone's side, Julian. I just am thinking about our baby and our life together. Okay, so before they get into an argument, I need her to come down here and actually go and tell Grandma that she's pregnant. We're going to go down here and we're going to go and talk to her. We're going to go and give her a hug. We're going to give her a nice hug and, say that we are pregnant. We're going to be having a baby. I know Grandma's excited. Grandma was already planning their future. She was already for them. She literally was so excited for them to go on a date in the last episode. So, yeah, she's coming down here and she's like, hi, Grandma. She's like, hi, sweeties. How was your trip to Nordhaven? She's like, oh, it was okay. Just a little bit of family drama. But I actually found out some news in Nordhaven. And she's like, oh, what is it? What's happening? And she's like, I hope it's good news. I hope that you're okay, darling. And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. I just have something I want to tell you. So me and Julian are actually, expecting a child. And she's like, you're expecting a child? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you two. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a grandma again? She's like, I can't wait. She's like, I think you all need to move out soon though, because there's not going to be room for a nursery or anything. And she's like, yeah, I think the same thing. And she's like, well, I can definitely help you. And I will be good and help with the baby as well. I think this is going to be really, really exciting. And she's like, yeah, I'm excited too, but Julian's a little bit on the fence about it. So we're kind of working things out. And she's like, well, that's good. In a partnership, you're supposed to do that. But I'll always be here to make y'all food so y'all will never be hungry. I know you're probably hungry right now being pregnant. She's like, yes, I am. She's like, I really am trying to eat healthy though. Oh, look at her. She's so depressed. She doesn't want to make Grandma upset with her emotional feelings from what happened in Nordhaven. She didn't even tell her exactly what was going on because she doesn't want to burden her. And she really doesn't want to admit to Grandma, Julian's mom, adopted mom / grandma, quote unquote, that she was already married and had all this stuff going on with her family's legacy and her dad being sick. So, yeah, she's leaving that out, but oh gosh, girl, she's just going through so much right now. She really is. Oh no, she has to go to work? Okay. Not her having to go to work in this kind of mood. Well, we're gonna have to do our best to try to get a promotion while she's really sad. So, while she is actually at work, I think Julian's gonna get him some food. Where is he going? Oh, he's going out here to get the food that Grandma made. Well, that's really nice. I hope she did well making the food, because sometimes her food is not as good. But he's over here feeling happy. Addition to the family from pregnancy announcement, Julian and his partner are going to have a child. Lots of responsibilities involved, but they'll figure it out. Like, yeah, he's definitely feeling like it's kind of sudden for them to have a baby, but he's definitely willing to work with her with it and, like, them, work on their future together. But I think he is going to be a little slow to get married because he's got some other stuff going on. Like I said, he's still got to kick his coke habit, and he definitely needs to, think about, being a little bit of a better man for her and for the baby. Oh no! The property owner is here? Oh no, we need to actually go talk to him. Okay. Let's go and invite him in. Hopefully he inspects everything and nothing is wrong. I mean, it's not going to be completely our fault if there is some faulty wiring and stuff. We didn't make this apartment. So he's like, hi. He's like, sorry, we just had a bit going on today. Sorry, I'm not in anything really nice at the moment. I could have put on some other clothes, but I just hadn't had the time. My girlfriend just told me that she's pregnant. So he's like, oh, well, congratulations. I'm just over here for my visit. And, oh my gosh, Liam is calling. Not his lawyer calling right now. Liam Ponce would like to come over to hang out. Is that okay? Well, Liam, we are kind of dealing with a thing right now. We're dealing with our property owner coming over. So maybe not right now, but he can definitely come over later, I guess. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that, Julian's having some problems, I think that the police are really onto him about doing coke and having it in his possession. So Liam is trying to get him out of it, but, Julian's kind of busy dealing with stuff here, so he's not, willing to talk to him right now. But Liam is trying to be a good guy and trying to be a good friend to Julian and trying to help him out, but Julian's kind of irresponsible at times, so he's kind of neglecting that at the moment. I think Julian's kind of, not as aware that he's going to probably go to jail. I think he doesn't really think about it a lot. I think right now he's kind of stuck on, playing music and being in love with Carrie, so he's not, seeing the consequences of his actions. But, we're going to actually have him go ahead and get ready. Let's go have him take a quick shower because the property owner is here. So we're going to go up here and take us a nice shower. Can the property owner actually come in? I don't know if he can. Did we lock the door? No. Okay, the property owner is able to come in if he wants to. But Julian's going to take him a nice shower. And Kendra, how are you doing, girl? Oh, she's actually over here noticing the property owner's coming over. She's like, why didn't we make the property owner anything, Julian? I could have made a nice sandwich or something for him. And he's like, Grandma, he's like, don't come in, I'm changing. She's like, well, we gotta do something nice for this man. He's provided us a nice apartment and everything. What can we do? What can we make? Oh my gosh, she's like, I don't know, Grandma. Oh no, hey, Julian, Athena Alopolis has asked me out on a date. Should I say yes? Yeah, sure. Sure, you should go out with her. Okay, well, he's gonna go talk to the property owner and try to see what he wants. I don't know if he's actually going to look at anything. I think this is a pretty nice apartment. I don't really know what the rating is, but I think it's pretty nice. I mean, I don't see any cracks or anything on the walls, so it's definitely not a dingy apartment. But the property owner is going to just come and say, you need to pay your bills on time. You've been a little late on them lately, and I just don't want to have to evict you, Julian. I mean, you've been living here for a minute, and you haven't really paid me the last month's rent. He's like, I'm sorry, dude. It's been a little hard lately. I haven't made much money. Haven't been able to do a gig. My ex-girlfriend came, to visit me, and we've gotten back together, and she just told me she's pregnant. So I'm planning on, doing a gig soon. And he's like, all right, well, as long as you give me that money soon. Oh gosh, Julian, you need to be a little bit more responsible. You're going to be a dad soon. Oh my gosh. And Grandma's over here wanting to celebrate the pregnancy by doing a keg stand. Oh my gosh, Grandma has a drinking problem. Grandma, you need to not drink too much. Oh my gosh. poor grandma over here, like, has no idea what's going on between Julian and Carrie, has no idea what Carrie's been through, has no idea that Julian has a coke problem. But she, I feel like would kind of understand in a way because she does have a drinking problem herself. But I don't know. Like, honestly, I love that Julian and his adopted mom are so close, But I really wish that Grandma would actually tell him that he's adopted. I think it's just kind of a harsh, backstory for him, and she doesn't really want to make him feel bad. But, she drinks to kind of cover up that, hurt that she feels for him, having to go through all of that, early, bad parent kind of situation. So, I think we're gonna go ahead and just wait for Carrie to get home. I do want her and Julian to actually go to the doctor appointment that they were calling about earlier. I think that'll be good, so we can just check on the baby and check on Carrie. Carrie is home. She brought home 120 simoleons today. She did superb work. Perfect. Okay. Well, she did great at work considering she's not been in the best mood. What's this say? A new life within from pregnancy. Sometimes Carrie is overwhelmed with delight at the feeling of her baby growing within. She can't wait for it to be born. Aw, she's so excited about this pregnancy. It's kind of sad that Julian isn't as excited as her, but I think it's kind of understandable that he kind of hoped that he would have, more of his life together before having a child, which is really understandable. I feel like Evelyn felt that way in her life as well and never get bored. Like, she got pregnant all of a sudden again, and it just made her feel like that. And, Julian feeling like he's going to be a dad so soon, even though he's, not got a steady income and stuff. I know that that's really making him mad, and, he's probably beating himself up over that on the inside, but he doesn't really admit it. And this says over here, loyal employee from Loyal Trade. Everyone at Carrie's workplace has really made her feel at home. She'd better not disappoint them. So she's like so happy that, everything's going well with being a traveling writer. She's wrote some articles that have been really good for her place of work. And, they've really liked her, papers on like coming back to her ex and like getting to experience everything in Mexico. It's made a really interesting part of, it's made a really interesting like book and stuff. So, I'm sure that it's really, good that she's doing good in her work because Julian's not making steady money, so at least maybe she can. And it's good that everybody likes her at her workplace. You don't want to be unhappy in your work. Like, you want your coworkers to like you. And, her coworkers like her compared to Ignacio, because Ignacio's coworkers literally didn't even want to stay for his dinner party. So, that just shows what kind of a man he is, and I'm really happy she's done with that. So let's come over here and maybe have her go sleep because she is super tired from work, and that makes sense. She's probably been working her butt off on all of these books and stuff that she's working on. She's probably not just a traveling writer. She probably just writes little tiny books about her travels, and then she probably goes and they have her look at other people's books and kind of edit them up as well. I feel like she's not just one thing. I feel like she does a lot of different things with being an author. So, oh no, she's gonna crash. She's gonna literally crash right here before she gets to the bed. Oh man, girl, that just shows how exhausted you are from this episode. Well, I think with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode off here. This episode has been so chaotic and wild and lots of drama. I need to hear your thoughts down below about what you're thinking about Carrie and Julian being together still and working things out, and they're going to, be having a baby. And also let me know what you think about her ending things with Ignacio, because honestly, that man was terrible, and it was about time that she divorced him. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking about that, and also let me know about how you're feeling about her dad. I think he's on the verge of passing away soon, and he's really upset that the family's legacy is in jeopardy. So yeah, but I loved this episode. It was definitely a lot of fun to record. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, Comment down below your thoughts and feelings about the episode, and subscribe if you're new and join the Storyteller Squad. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all next time. Bye, Storyteller Squad.